I'm TV6 meteorologist Eric DeBroca, and here's your latest weather on demand forecast. Well, once the sun rose, we saw severe thunderstorms begin to pop up rather immediately across the southwest UP, as there was a severe thunderstorm warning earlier in the morning for Gogebic County towards Marinesco. And still, this line of thunderstorms is tracking over Lake Superior, and that will continue to move off to the easterly direction. And out ahead of the front, you can already see more showers and storms will be popping up throughout the central UP and moving out through the western rest of the UP as well throughout the rest of the day, as there'll be several rounds between noon and 2 o'clock. We will get a break, and then you can divide the storms up into the first half of the day in the morning hours, but the ones tonight, those are the ones that will be severe, and that's the you might want to be careful and keep your eyes to the sky, and certainly if you have radar, keep checking that. Especially if you're in the southern portion of upper Michigan. That's where we're expected to get hail and damaging wind threat. But behind this front, we're talking about cooler, much less humid conditions. And with that said, there'll also be a sunnier start to the beginning of the weekend. So that's certainly nice. And we'll wrap up this little heat wave, we can call it that anyways. And today will be the third consecutive day in the 80s. Last time we strung together 3 or more days, as was the case last August, was the 15th through the 18th of about 11 months ago. And we saw a lot of heat last summer. That happened quite frequently, where we strung together a lot of days over 80 throughout the courses of late June, really greater portion of July, and much of August as well. Not going to be the case this summer. The much cooler summer is being projected, and wait till you see the 6-day forecast. That will reflect that as well. Cooler air is already in the offing off to the north and west, and that's going to be spilling into our region by tomorrow. We see 46 in Saskatoon. Out ahead of it, though, things are still very warm and humid across southern Canada and also in our neck of the woods here. As far as highs today will be, everybody will be in the 80s with the exception of Manistee, will be 75 degrees. 87 though, pretty hot one in Iron Mountain, and will be in the mid 80s for Marquette, even 82 in Munising. Once that cold front passes though, look at Friday's highs. We're back in the 60s, so drop off about 20 to 25 degrees easily off these temperatures. And notice the northwesterly winds between 6 to 15 will be blowing off Lake Superior. Just a couple of sprinkles, mainly far south, not a huge deal, but I had to throw those in there. TV 6-day forecast now, we see that on Saturday, things rebound a little bit back into the 70s, but really that's not a trend that sticks around. We don't see any 80s here. We stay slightly below average, and just a little bit of rain chances on Sunday, but into next week, we pretty much stay dry and slightly cooler.